Well, thank you for having me as your guest, everybody. And I'm sure everyone's heard the term the keys to success when it comes to running a successful business. Well, tonight I'm here to tell you about the ease to success about running a successful club. And I'm going to go over different words and call on people to give me their definition of the words. The first one being engaging. And I'm going to call on Leslie LaForty. Why do you think it's important to engage your guests when they come to a meeting?
It's definitely important to engage your guests because it gets them involved. It makes them feel welcome. It gives them an opportunity to speak.
Yes. And you said the word feel earlier because I think the most important part about engaging is it's not so much what you say, but it's how you make them feel. And the next D is going to be executing. And I'm going to call on the Toastmaster, Linda. If you could tell me the importance of executing, please.
Following through and getting things done. You have to execute your reasoning, your everything, your process, execute the program that you've got, make sure everything is running on board the right way.
Thank you. Well, I have a saying when it comes to executing, and that is a great idea is only great if it's acted upon. Otherwise, it's just a thought. You can have all your executive committee meetings all you want and throw these great ideas out there, but if you don't implement them, they're just a thought in the top of your head, going nowhere. So the next one is going to be everyone, and I'm going to call on Deb Wild. If you want to give me your reasoning why everyone should get involved in the club's success.
Absolutely, Fred. Everyone needs to be involved in the club's success because everybody benefits from the club succeeding. When one member succeeds, then everybody succeeds because we become a big family, especially in Toastmasters D84. We become one big happy family.
Yep. And what I like to add to that is it's a team effort. Remember that there's no I in team. Now, when there used to be a Division I and I was Division I director, I turned it around and said there's no I in team except for this one. But now there's no longer a Division I. We are now part of Division D. And one we're going to expound on a little bit longer, and that is the Elmo concept. And that's something I learned when I was in District 7 that one of the area directors had used. And it stands for enough, let's move on. And I'm going to call on John Morrow, if you can tell us what that statement means to you. John?
Today I heard a statement from John Maxwell that said, learn to get over yourself. When you get over yourself, you learn how to move on because there are better things that you can be doing than being self-absorbed. Learn from the lessons, move forward, do a better job.
Thank you. And if you want to know more about the Elmo concept, you can go right here to this web address right here. And basically it says how a Muppet can save your meetings and your sanity. And it talks about things from like time management to conflict resolution and things of that nature. So that's going to wrap up the presentation portion of things. And since I have a few minutes, I'm going to open up the floor for any questions and answers when it comes to club success or utilizing the ease that I presented to you while we have a few minutes. Anyone have any questions?
May I rise for a question, sir?
Go ahead.
You've had some experience in the past with success in building clubs.
Yes.
In growing clubs, and also seeing areas move from floundering and struggling to becoming distinguished. I'd like for you to share one of the tools that you use to help each of the clubs capture the motivation and the momentum to move forward with confidence after having gone through a struggle similar to what we're currently going through right now.
I'd like to give you another letter, but two different words, and that's the letter A. The first one is accountability. You got to hold people accountable. You heard us talking about everyone earlier. If you don't hold people accountable, they're just going to take things for granted or not take things seriously because this is a volunteer organization. And the other A I like to use is the aces in their places. You want to have motivated people, especially when it comes to chartering a club. You want people that want the passion to build the club or the passion to be a successful club. And you do that by having at least 2 or 3 what they call champions, and then motivating the other people to do that. I'm still at the green, so I have time for at least one more question. Go ahead, Deb, you're muted.
What would you suggest, Fred, to a club, say like this? I mean, I know Leslie is going to give us a lot of information as our club coach, but in your experience with building clubs from the ground up, how would you say we should go about? What is one suggestion you would give to us to grow?
Well, if you're talking about an existing club, first, that's where the club success plan comes in. And that's where the moments of truth comes in, is find out where your strong and your weak points are and then build from there. But as far as building a new club, you'd have to find out from each individual what their passion is in Toastmasters and what they're trying to get out of Toastmasters. So you have an idea how to build that club moving forward. So that's the advice I can give for both making an existing club successful and starting a new club. And I am at the yellow light, so I will stop it here and turn it back to our Toastmaster, Linda Udall.
Thank you, Fred.